Big one at 135, Tank versus Shakur. Everybody wants to see that.
I really think it's 50-50. You know, they both great fighters though. Like we not gonna know till they get in the ring.
What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video we're going to go over the stats that nobody talks about when mentioning a possible upcoming fight between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis. Guys, before we get started, I'd just like to ask you to please subscribe and hit the notification buttons. It does allow me to pop up in your feed if you like my content. All right, guys, all you really need to know about an exciting potential fight is if the best fighters in the world are talking about it. Just in the last week, there's a lot to cover regarding Tank Davis. Let's get to him first. He was allegedly paired with Vasily Lomachenko up until last weekend. We thought that fight was in the works. They were talking about negotiations were close to being signed on the dotted line, and then we wake up and we find out Loma releases a statement through his manager saying he does not want to fight again in 2024, personal reasons, and Gervonta Davis is all of a sudden left without an opponent. In steps Shakur Stevenson. When we got the news about Loma not wanting to fight till 2025, we started hearing perspectives from some of the best fighters in the world regarding that potential fight. Terrence Crawford spoke out on what he would expect from Shakur. Jerome Boots Ennis broke down the fight as a 50-50 fight. So today's video, we're gonna go over both of their resumes. We're gonna compare and contrast who they fought, how they've gone about their business, come up with a statistic we call strength of schedule, and going into a possible fight, hopefully by the end of the year, we'll have more knowledge and more things to talk about regarding how we look at a Tank versus Shakur fight. Guys, Shakur Stevenson is 22-0 with 10 knockouts. He carries into the ring a 45% knockout to win ratio. He's currently ranked number 2 in the world at 135 pounds, and he is the WBC lightweight world champion. The American is a southpaw standing at 5'8", with a 68-inch reach. He last took on Artem Harutyan, who was 12-1, UD in the 12th. Edwin De Los Santos, who was 16-1, UD in the 12th. Shichiro Yoshino, 16-0, knockout in the 6th. Robson Conceição, 17-1, UD in the 12th. Oscar Valdez, 30-0, UD in the 12th. Guys, Shakur Stevenson, he's been in the news daily almost, whether you love him or hate him. He has managed to know how to stay relevant. If you like the defensive-minded fighters, the skilled, slick southpaws who want to outthink you in the ring, this is your guy, Shakur. He's at the highest level regarding his movement, his game plans. Even his fans will talk about, honestly, how they wish he would stay in the pocket a bit more. I heard Andre Ward talking about that. It's not necessarily Shakur is running, which people who aren't really in the know about the sport, it looks like to them. It's when Shakur is exiting the pocket, he's exiting a bit too far. So he was saying tying that little gap up in his game defensively, which would lead to his offense, would set up more power shots and eventually lead to more exciting moments for fans. The one thing you can't say about Stevenson is he doesn't know how to win. That's all he does. Amateur career, professional career, he's never been knocked down, he's never lost, and going into a potential fight against Tank Davis, that mindset of being a world champion, winning titles at 126, 130, 135, will give him the confidence he needs to still feel unstoppable. Now let's take a closer look at Tank Davis. Guys, Tank is 30-0 with 28 knockouts. He carries into the ring a 93% knockout to win ratio. He's currently ranked number 1 in the world at 135 pounds, and he is the WBA world lightweight champion. The American is a 29-year-old southpaw standing at 5'5" with a 67.5-inch reach, and we last saw him take on Frank Martin, who was undefeated at 18-0. Tank won via knockout in the 8th. Ryan Garcia, 23-0, knockout in the 7th. Hector Garcia, 16-0, knockout in the 9th. Rolly Romero, 14-0, knockout in the 6th. Isaac Pitbull Cruz, 22-1, UD in the 12th. As we know what Tank wants to do, he has an interesting style because he could be aggressive, but he could also be patient. And you'd be hard-pressed to find another fighter who has that dangerous aspect about him regarding forcing his opponent to bring things out in the fight, which will show the vulnerabilities. And then Tank is like a shark. Once he smells that blood in the water, he attacks. And 28 out of 30 times, it ends violently in a knockout. When I look at Tank and Shakur side by side, you look at the height difference, 5'5" versus 5'8". The reach difference basically cancels each other out. It's the styles that makes this fight super exciting. It's the styles that has everybody talking about the boxer versus the puncher. But you can't just limit Tank as being a puncher. He is a great boxer. He's a great counter boxer. They both have good feet. They're both slick. The trick would be, would Tank be able to stop Shakur, and does Shakur have enough power to stop Tank? And how will it all come to an end? I'm not gonna predict anything yet. This thing still isn't even made official yet, but I will ask you for your prediction. If this does take place, hopefully, like I said, by the end of the year, who's winning? Are you Team Shakur or Team Tank? Let me know that in the comment section below.